fumble a bag. Now I will not fumble a bag. Act like you know how this go.
What's good, people? My name's Stephen Marshall.
And my name's Stephen Barnett. Today we'll be discussing, the topic of discussion actually will be relationships.
Yep.
Not only relationships, I know we have a hand in, men in relationships.
Yep.
So we'll take it talking from our perspective.
Our friend's perspective.
But yeah, just giving a men's insight, talking about what men do wrong, what men do right, what to find in a partner.
Yeah.
Just
and what we found over the past 35 years of being on building sites, being in the military, being in security, being in close protection, and same with Stefan. We've both been in these industries for a long time, and we've just spoke to men, and there's a reoccurring theme of what keeps coming up that stop men dedicating themselves to a relationship, or what men get hurt over, because men get hurt too. Like, we're not invincible. Sometimes we want to hide our feelings, but we feel emotion, and we get upset when a relationship breaks down, just the same as females do. So that's kind of what we're going to go into today.
Or even like reoccurring problems, like, you know, when you've seen the conversations that we've had with people, and then you just see the same thing coming up in terms of, I don't know, like, let's say how to deal with it, how to address it, what things to go over when we're talking about that. So in general, like, I think some of the things that men do wrong in relationships is the number one thing, and I found this in my relationship as well. Lack of communication.
100%.
Right, and it's not just lack of talking or just per se communication, but not finding a middle ground to address things. There's not too.
I think that over the past couple of years, especially probably the past 4 or 5 years, I've realised out of ending relationships, starting new relationships, that the main thing for me is just understanding that I need time for us to speak on a weekly basis about any problems that have come up, little problems, big problems, or what have I done this week? Not to upset you, but what's been good this week? Like, let's talk about what's good.
Let's go over our week.
Like, how was the week? Like, one of them I'm going to bring up, probably more towards the end, but I'll bring it up now. Like, is planning as a couple. Like, be a team. Like, don't just say, oh, I've got a couple of things on the weekend, or I'm going out the weekend. This is me personally, and I found men that have very successful relationships from their side, they're like a team with their partner.
So not just like working together, planning. So how would you say, like, planning your week, making sure?
I think first and foremost is like, what is work doing? The thing that we have no control over, that we've got to go to, whether you're self-employed or whether you've got your own business or whether you work for somebody else, is what is the week schedule looking like? Because you're very, very blessed if you and your partner work the same hours, as we both know. You can be working nights, she's on days.
You're passing ships
in the night. So when's going to be our time? Because if we don't put that TV time, talking time, that Chinese takeaway time, walk in the park time, if we don't put that in weekly, when are we going to have time to communicate?
So I get what you're saying in terms of like being a team, and I think also that comes under like making sure you have time for yourself.
100%.
Like working these things in. So because there was one of the things that we were talking about that I've got written down here in terms of looking after yourself first. And it's not to be selfish, but just in general, like, how can I give my partner 100% if I'm only 50?
100.
And I think it goes both ways. It goes both ways. You have to
go on, sorry.
So you have to plan things in, especially like you said, how's work going? When are you off? When am I off? All right, we're gonna take this time. You may even have kids as well, but you have to make sure that you put in time for you guys. And I think, like you said as well, for goals as well, if you in a relationship are working towards the same direction, that helps so much
100%,
more.
100%.
And in terms of communication as well, when you're planning together like that, I think it naturally brings your communication up. You'll have to speak to each other. You have to work together on that level.
I think like learning how to communicate, back to the very start of what you were saying. The fundamentals of being a team straight off the bat is have you got my back? Have I got your back? When the chips are down and work shit and the kids are playing up, if you've got children, you possibly may lose your job. Like, have I got your back?
Mm.
Can I communicate to you how bad my day is if I've had a shit day?
Yeah.
So in that sense, it's almost like that's where I think relationships break down.
So let's say I know for me, I was going to ask you this question, but
Go ahead.
I know for me, that's probably the worst part of my relationship, my communication, not my partner's, but I mean, sometimes I struggle to communicate things. And I know that obviously there'll be other guys out there who have the same thing 100%. As me. What would you say is the best way to go about that?
So,
or even tips that you've used for yourself. They don't have to be the best.
So especially when I'm coaching somebody, like as my business, I'll always tell them to do this in their relationship, because all my relationships have been large relationships. Obviously, I've been single for sometimes, but I've always been in long-term relationships.
Yeah.
And the thing that breaks down, or the thing that doesn't work for me, is when your goals don't realign anymore. So the goal that you started with, and then the goal that you're both going for, doesn't realign. But the problem isn't the fact in the goal not realigning anymore. It's the fact that I don't communicate that my goals have changed.
Okay.
So the goals that my partners in the past have thought that we're going for together, change off. And because I haven't communicated properly, maybe because I don't want to hurt someone's feelings, or maybe because I'm just being a stubborn shit. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm a stubborn guy. Like, ask Georgia. Like, she knows I'm stubborn. If I get in a certain way, I get stubborn. But I just think, like, writing down in the week what you're going to talk about on the just say Sundays, both your day off. The Sunday's the day that we do the weekly plan. So
it was me.
Oh, sorry, I thought the camera went on. Right. So if Sunday is the weekly plan day, write throughout the week in your notes on your phone what I need to address on the Sunday. And this is going to come up in a future episode. We're going to talk about mindfulness. But I think the problem is that men feel sometimes that they can't talk about their emotions. And sometimes I felt like this in the past, and a lot of guys I speak to feel like this, is they feel that their missus or their boyfriend isn't on the same level they're on.
So in terms of like, I'm just bringing it back to me, because I've had a lot of conversations about all the way up until communication with other people, other relationships, but emotions, I've never really spoken to another man to have to have like
I'll say this. Go on.
Sorry. To have an example on that.
Yeah.
So even in terms of like you said, talking about your emotions, I think sometimes it is also your partner practicing patient listening, also trying to give you time to get out what you're saying, because I know that's for me and a lot of men out there, that's one of the hardest things to convey.
One of the biggest things I've got down here is what women do wrong is a good woman will find your biggest weakness and your biggest flaw, and she'll never mention it.
The funny thing I have what they do wrong is being too critical.
See, so that's where relationships break down, because I know my partner's flaws. I love her for her flaws. But I would never bring them up. And she knows my flaws, and she never brings them up. And I'm just going to say straight off the bat, I'm not in the perfect relationship. Generically, I'm in the perfect relationship for me, but in the grand scheme of the world, some people look at my relationship.
And they're like,
because every relationship's bespoke. Like, I love Lucy, your missus, but your relationship wouldn't be no good for me.
Vice versa.
Yeah, exactly.
Vice versa.
There's parts of your relationship that just I think are the best thing in the world, and I think that wouldn't go with me very well. Same, I know you think me and Georgia are great, but I know there's certain part of our relationship
that wouldn't work with me.
And this is what it's about. Back to working as a team. It's treat each other how you want to be treated. I see so many blokes living for the weekend, going out. They've worked all week. I've worked hard. I'm allowed to go out. But the missus has been at home and she's been working all week and she's looked after kids maybe, or she's got her own job. And what if she just wants to spend some time with you? What are you doing?
The funny thing that you say that. Same thing. No. But this is where we're coming from. Like addressing these problems. prioritizing the relationship.
Yeah.
It's exactly that.
It should be first of all, it should be you.
Mm.
The priority should always be you.
Yeah.
Because if you're not good, you can't give good.
You can't.
If you're in a bad space, you're going to give out bad energy, 100%. And I'm a big fan of energy. If you're not working together as a team, are you going to survive, or are you just going to exist together?
It's the latter. It's the latter.
Yeah, you're gonna just live in that grey area of it's we've got a good relationship. We go to family events together and we do this together. Okay, when was the last time you laughed your tits off together? When was the last time that your partner surprised you, male or female, like you, man or woman side? When was the last time? These are the questions, the fundamental questions I believe you should be asking yourself as a man and as a woman in a relationship. When was the last time you belly laughed together? When was the last time you felt supported? When was the last time you felt affectionate, loved? Like, these little things are all things that need to be addressed on a monthly, 6 monthly basis.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, when does last time I've laughed? When's the last time I've gone out my way? Yeah. It's not to say take that and then end the relationship.
No, definitely not.
But it is to say take these things on board, address them, think about them. Like, we've not done that for a while.
So how are we going to fix that?
Yeah, no, that exactly. That's going into prioritizing time for each other.
Yeah.
After you've secured something for yourself, whether it's whatever you do to make yourself happy, once you've secured that and then filled your cup up, then you can start filling other people's. Yeah. Once you've done that, then you have to start thinking, okay, maybe I'm working too much, or maybe I'm off these days. I don't need to do this hobby or whatnot. When it's time for me and mine, you have to start putting those things into place so you can start getting those moments. 100%. So you can be like, we laughed last week.
Yeah.
Like,
we went to see this, or we watched this on Netflix, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Whatever your vice is together as a couple, like, go and do that thing. Like, 100%.
It's those things. It's having those things in place. Sometimes, like, you can't ask yourself that question, because a lot of people will ask themselves that question, and then they're in crisis. You have to. There's steps. Yourself, your partner, well, your relationship. That's the main thing. Your relationship, and then you can start looking at all the other things that come naturally from having a healthy relationship.
The thing that comes up a lot whenever I talk to guys with my coaching business is that the one and only thing they say is, how do you expect to do this when I've got kids? Now, if you haven't got somebody to watch the child, because some people just don't have like family and friends that watch the child. The child's got to go to bed at a certain time. You're gonna have some time alone. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I've got a friend who's got an autistic son, and even he like come to me and he was like, "How do you expect me to do this? He doesn't go to bed till like 11 o'clock, and it's a battle." There's help out there. There is companies, organizations who you've just got to reach out and say, "I need help."
Yeah.
Like one of my boys, you know who he is as well. Like, he was having trouble spending time with his missus. And I put him onto a nanny agency, who a big London nanny agency, who are like vetted and everything like that. And someone will come around and watch your child. Legit. Yeah, they're legit. They're not just like sending anyone around your house. They're not sending Joe Fritzl around to watch your kids. You know what I mean? Like, they're sending actual people around to watch your child. You can go out for a couple of hours, and even maybe that first or second time, maybe just go around the corner. Yeah, you're not away from the house, but just together in the car.
Just for you time.
No kids. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sick of people making excuses and not trying to do things about it. Like, I just want to go back to what I was saying at the start.
Yeah, so I know.
No, please don't apologize. Always put yourself first, and then to come away from people in relationship for a second. Like, if you're single, I believe with these dating apps and like these hookup spots and all this kind of stuff, like everyone that I spoke to that's been on Tinder or Grindr or whatever the next one is, I feel like they never find an actual relationship. And there is some nuggets out there.
No, that's what I'm going to say. I think those are the exception, not the rule. I've especially, like, you know, like you said, Tinder, whatever you go on, just dating, social media in general. I think there's a disconnect between what a man is looking for on it and what a woman is looking for. They both go into it. This is a rabbit
hole that I'm going to go down now.
But it's almost like the love language thing.
Yeah.
It's like I just believe they're going into it for totally different reasons, expecting something. Whatever they're expecting from the other person, they think they're on the same page, and I don't think it's conducive to a relationship.
No, I think guys are going on there to look for
sex.
Young lads are going on there to go for
sex.
Yeah, you're not going to meet anybody on there and take them home to mum and dad and be like, I met this girl on Tinder. Like, it's not.
That's the 1 in 100.
1 in 100, yeah, 100%. And guys are going on there for a booty call. Girls are putting on their profile, don't message me unless you're over 6'2" and make 6 figures a year. Sorry. If a guy's making 6 figures a year, he's not on Tinder. Like, let's just call it real. Like, a guy is not on Tinder. Look, a guy is putting the Ferrari keys down at the bar where it's £25 a drink.
Just waiting.
And he's just waiting for what floats to him. He's not got a fucking
It's just
Tinder.
fishing. It's just fishing.
And also, you're saying, don't come to me unless you make more than 6 figures. And if you're over 6'2", and then you ask the woman the question of, oh, how much do you make? What do you bring to the relationship?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I make 25,000 a year, and I can't cook, and I like expensive bags, and so sorry, you haven't mentioned one thing you bring to the relationship.
Yeah, I think that they're you know women like that, their ego's been so inflated that they can go on like that. Yeah. But even in general, when you're talking about dating apps, I think they've done that to themselves. They've set the playing field that it's just that. So you're not gonna get anything out of those apps or even dating like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, even date. I was saying to my missus as well, I wouldn't want to be dating in this day and age. I don't know what I'd do.
Oh my God.
I do not know what I would do.
I'd just be single for a long ass time. That's what I'd be. I'd just be out there just skateboarding and chilling just on the beach somewhere, just relaxing. One of the main things, especially like as a single individual, what I would suggest that people do is find out your love language and find out who you are. And if you don't know what love languages are, we're going to put love language link in the bio below. So if you don't know what your love language is, go and answer the quick questionnaire. We're not sponsored by them or anything like that. Just go and find out your love language. So you're going to know what you require to feel love. Because like we're talking about relationships, but let's talk about love. Like, it's an uncomfortable thing to talk about for guys.
It's because we do it unconsciously in terms of love language. We give love how we receive love without thinking.
Yeah. But it doesn't mean that she receives love the same way that we receive love. Yeah.
So in general, what's me saying is just because my love language is physical touch, it doesn't mean the more I do that, because that's how I receive love, is my partner's going to like it. So it's just in terms
through
of
it as well. Like the love languages are like, help me through this, but I think it's physical touch,
words of
go on.
Words of affirmation.
Acts of kindness.
Yes.
I love how we're like swapping and dropping the mic. Because you know the mic, the camera's going to go dead. It's going to look sick.
So physical touch, words of affirmation, gifts.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last one, you know.
Is it words of affirmation? Is it time or...
Yes. Yeah.
Time given.
Yeah. Essentially, it's essentially time.
So what's your love language?
My love language... Do you know, I used to think, this is so mad, I used to think it was physical touch, but it's affection. Yeah, I would say it's affection now. Yeah. And yours?
I think mine's like time spent.
Sorry, that's I think that's what I mean when I say affection.
Like, I don't even know if it's called time spent. When you get on the app, you'll see it, or when you get on the link, you'll see it below. But mine is like time spent, and like my time doesn't cost anything. Like, I don't want to like... I know I do this with all my friends, and you know this, but like if people ask me like, what do you want for Christmas? I say I want a coffee. I would rather you spend time with me than give me something you've just went out and bought. Because time means more so much to me in this day and age where we're all fleeing around. For you to say, look, I'm going to take you out for a cup of coffee for your birthday, like that means so much. And it might sound stupid, I don't give a fuck, but that's me now. It took me a long time to get to this. I used to think it was clothes and games and trips away, but it's just the time spent with me. If you go out your way to spend some time with me, like I'm gonna put my all into you. That's relationship wise, that's friendships, and in a partner, in a
partnership. Yeah.
So that's my love language, and I definitely think love languages are important. I've wrote love languages down for what women do wrong and what men do wrong, so we're going to get into these a little bit. So what I've put down here, first off, we're going to talk about what men do wrong. To me, the biggest thing that men do wrong is thinking that a partner is going to be your mom. He's going to wash up after you.
Okay.
He's going to cook for you. He's going to make sure your shit's ready for work. Now, if that's not what you've planned together in your team, you can't expect that of someone.
There you go.
You can't expect anything of the other person.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I can't expect anything from my partner that we haven't discussed.
Mm.
Because how am I going to get mad? Oh, you haven't made no tea. Oh, did we discuss I was making tea?
No, I do get where you're coming from.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and also like, we're like away from this now, but like, men don't talk to their partners enough about sex, and they get annoyed, especially long-term relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Long-term relationships,
like 5 years.
Yeah,
plus.
the flame starts to dwindle a bit, and they don't talk about sex as much. Now we're probably going to go into a deeper episode about sex, but a guy will get pissed off because he hasn't had sex in, say, 10 days. Now, some people on this are going to be like, 10 days, I'm lucky if I get sex in 10 days. And some guys are going to be like, 10 days, I don't go more than 2 days. Like, we're gonna
you're young.
We're going to have a baby.
It happens. It happens.
But if you haven't sat down, these are things as well. And it's not unromantic to think like this, but to sit down and say to your partner, look, I need sex every 10 days. I need physical touch with you every 10 days. That's not a bad thing. We're not saying, so on the 16th,
scheduling me in,
16th at 6
ready.
o'clock, you're going to be upstairs, we're going to get sexy time. No, it's not like that. It's saying like, oh, look, I'm a little bit grumpy today because we're on the 11th day. And then it's about your partner understanding you and saying, do you know what, he's right, yeah, we've been busy, like it, or vice versa. If your missus is got a high sex drive and she's like, oh, big man, it's been like 10 days, like what we're doing.
No,
and then it's
communication.
It's about you can't get pissed then. Like, I know some guys, especially, we're going to get into this on another episode as well, but they're not happy with their bodies, so they won't give the partner the physical attention that they require because they're not happy in themselves. And this is for women as well. A lot of women feel
no. It's both. Like some of these problems affect both. They're
intersex, definitely. But I just think it all comes back to being a team. And I think that's where, like, some of the best couples that I've seen throughout my life, the second they get together, they turn into a team. Like, I've seen some couples, couples have literally turned into business partners almost, where it's like, oh, you're at the gym, I'm at the gym. Different gyms, doesn't matter. We get back, do you want to cook together? Should we do meal prep together? Yes, sweet, that sound. Okay, what are you doing the weekend? You're out with the boys. Okay, you're out with the boys. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and see my sister. Are you free on Sunday for a walk? Should we take the dog for a walk? And it's like, it sounds very like, it sounds very planned.
It doesn't sound spontaneous or fun, but I suppose when you're in it and you're clicking with somebody, there's nothing better than that.
But you know what? Like that spontaneity.
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 I do the same thing. I'll be messing up these words. They're both dyslexic, you know. Like, so bear with us.
Give us time. Like, we got to these levels now. So I think to get that spontaneity in, is that the word?
Yes.
I got it right.
Correct.
I got the word right.
There you go.
So to get that spontaneity in there, I think that's got to be planned.
That's the worst. That's actually what it is.
It's almost like, right, this month you've got to be free on this
day
because this is my date night to you.
Don't worry, just be free on that day.
Be free. And be in joggers, and I'm going to pull up in the car. We're going to go somewhere.
don't be wearing nothing underneath.
Don't be. I don't know if we can go to them levels, but listen, if that's what you're into,
you can wish. You can wish.
But back into
I don't want to beat a dead horse, but that what you're saying about, I think everything does actually come down to a team.
It's got to be.
So one thing I wish people said more is that relationships are work. Like I don't care, even if at the beginning it's fun and whatnot, and most relationships are, but no one ever says, you won't see it on Instagram and Facebook, whatever it is, you won't see somebody say relationships are work, and not in terms of like it's hard work, but I mean it's something you have to work at to keep it going. And I don't think that's just brought up enough.
It's not brought up enough, but that's the thing that we're going to address quite a lot on this podcast is everything we talk about is about putting in the work. Because if you don't want to put in the work, you're just going to stay in the grey. And the grey is that like...
it's like the comfortable, like the uncomfortable, comfortable.
Yeah.
I can't area.
It's like that. I want to do better, but oh, this is nice.
Yes, and
I want to complain about this, but I'm not.
Yeah, and that's the worst part to be, because it's not bad enough for you to do something.
Do you remember? You know what I'm going to say?
Yeah, I don't know what the paradox is called.
I forgot what it's called, but it's something about if you're driving in a car. No, if you've got to travel a mile or less, I'm going to put the actual caption below.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to travel a mile or less, you'll walk. But anything over a mile, you'll drive. So it's almost better for the distance to be longer, so you can have more comfort. So just say, for instance, in a relationship, it's better for something. We have sex
worse.
like once a month, and we don't really get any pleasure out of it. We've both put weight on. We love each other. My job's all right. I get paid a good salary. We go on one holiday a year. We can afford Christmas. We can afford the inflation. But we can
comfortable.
But you know, if inflation goes up a little bit more, or if your job demotes you, or if your partner says she's going to start going gym and you don't, you're going to feel away. You're going to feel away because now you are not uncomfortable together. She's sorting herself out. So now you're in the uncomfortable, going into the red zone.
So it's almost you're getting pushed into a position where you have to make a choice.
Yeah, and that's better.
No, that's
because this grey, muggy, dirty uncomfortableness that we got in British society.
It's like a nice smog.
It's a smog. It's a smog where every once in a while you can go, I'm gonna go back in. And you feel it, and you're like, I'm fine down here because I can breathe. It's not great, but I'm all right. Do you know what I mean? Like that. It's better for it to be really bad, to where like the smoke's so thick you've got to get out.
You have to do something. You have to get for air. You have to go. You have to do something to change your situation.
But I think as well, like we can bring these things up in the right way with our partner, because I think what a lot of people do is with the communication, back to what you were saying at the start, is almost you can go into, I don't like this. I don't like the way you've been talking to me. I don't like that you've been leaving the dishes on the side. I don't. Instead of saying, babes, when the kids go to bed tonight, or when we've got 5 minutes after you played the Xbox, I just want to do this little note exercise. We have got a couple of things I want to chat to you about. It's nothing deep. Just a couple of things that have been playing on my mind.
So that's how you can address it.
And then you do the pen technique.
I've never heard the pen technique.
You both get a notepad and pen. Give yourself 5-10 minutes. The person who's got the problem speaks. The person who's listening has the pen, and they write all the notes that they want to say down next.
Have you used that before?
All the time. In relationship now, past relationship, it is the best thing to not argue.
Okay.
And you can only speak when you don't have the pen.
Okay.
So there's only one pen. There's only one pen, and you go.
I feel it right now.
Yeah, of course.
I feel it right now.
So by using that, what will happen is that list will get shorter and shorter and shorter, because the first person to speak, the other person's like, she can't tell me what to do. I work all week. The kids are whingy. And that list will just go small, and you just turn the page, and that list will go smaller. And if it takes 2 hours, if it takes 3 hours, would you rather be in? Is the relationship worth 3 hours? Because if it's not worth 3 hours right now, you're not meant to be in the relationship. Like, that's just a real...
No, I get it. And I only asked that because the funny thing, when I asked you, have you done that? I know a time you have.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it in terms of... Yeah. It's not that we're just here to talk about a long list of what men do wrong, what women do wrong, and just pull up things and they're like, that was us. You have a good time. But to give people actual steps or point people in right directions with the links, with everything, just so you can be like, oh, I've got something from this.
Look, this podcast is informational based, and we're just giving out wisdom, what I think's wisdom that we've learned over the past 35 and 33 years of being on this planet. We're going to cover in these podcasts, we're going to cover things from relationship, body positivity, mindfulness. We're going to aggression, sex, everything from a man's point of view, because fundamentally the one thing that we know what to do is be a man, and not just any men. Like, we're bog standard, typical, aggressive, generic British men. Like, that's what we are.
No, I give you that. I think we'd fit into those boxes.
Yeah, 100%. And through our time of working on building sites in the British military, through sport, through football hooliganism, through drinking in pubs and fighting every weekend, all this stuff that we're going to give you over the next however many months of this podcast running,
Many to come.
many to come. All this information comes from a place of now we are peaceful within ourselves. We can communicate with our partners. We run good relationships, run good businesses. We have done things that people have problems with, and that I'm a life alignment coach. As a coach, I can go and say, I've done this, try it this way. If not, we'll come back and look at the blueprint. So take it or leave it, but it's our opinion, it's our information. And I just feel like it's worth a listen, it's worth hearing.
So there's something I wanted to ask you. So during our notes, there was a section, and I can't remember the topic name, but in yours you put down, you should write down a list from a list of 50. If you go into it, and I'll stop you again. I just wanted to say something.
This is probably for people that are single. I know a couple of people who have recently became single, and I think you are in the best position of your life if you weren't with the right person, because now you can write a list of non-negotiables. Okay. Now it's up to you. You can write 1 to 1,000. Okay. But you must do them in numerical order of most important. And now ask yourself this question: where are you going to negotiate? How far down your list are you willing to come to meet the right person? Because trust me, if you make a list of 100 non-negotiables, you're not going to fucking find anyone.
That's what I wanted to pull you up on.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, like, I think that is good, because at least if you've never asked yourself this, you can begin to know yourself. And like you said, the best time to do it is when you've come out of a relationship. Yeah. Go into a relationship, you're going to have wild things of the things you want, unrealistic expectations. But like I said, coming out of a relationship, you're going to know maybe that wasn't so important, but this is. Yeah. But in general, I was saying, my take on it was, I was saying maybe you just need one positive non-negotiable and one negative.
What's the difference between a positive and a negative non-negotiable?
So let me say it like this: something that I need, and then something that
you want.
No, that I don't want. So let me just say, in a partner, I want somebody that will. I had these written down. They've lost me.
Someone that'll suck my toes.
But if you're out there, listen. I had they've slipped me now. Anyway, but let's just say I want somebody that will, as a positive non-negotiable, that will care for me and love me. Right? I need that. If you're my partner, as long as you can give me that, then we can work on the rest. And my negative non-negotiable would be, I want somebody who doesn't lie. Yeah. I just think as you get older, the list becomes shorter because you truly know what matters. Yeah. Because like I said, when I was reading yours and it was a 50, I was thinking, let me be generous. 18 to 25. You're gonna have a long list. Yeah. You're gonna have a long, and there's, like you said, there's the lowest thing you could get off.
Yeah. I think as well, like I love the fact that you were like a positive and a negative, because I think that a positive non-negotiable is somebody who wants to be present with me.
See. Yeah. Sorry, just to pull away, and please look at your camera as well. Please take that as well. Take that as like, these are things that you can use to better your relationship, or even just better your search. Even if women are watching this, but definitely, obviously, it's geared more towards men. But sorry,
no, we're gonna get loads of women. Like, we're two devilishly good-looking blokes. Like,
I don't want to say it.
Of course, the subscriber of women just gonna go through the roof. We're gonna start an OnlyFans if we get enough subscribers. Me and him just doing feet finder pictures.
Just down there.
Link in the bio. But yeah, like definitely being present is my positive non-negotiable.
Yeah, I do like that.
I don't know if this is a negative or a positive, but honesty.
Yeah.
Like not no lying, but like being honest just with yourself, being honest with me, being honest with the people around you. Like, they're just two really important things that I could not have in a relationship.
And I think that's all you need. I do think there's other things that are important.
Levels, of course.
Yeah, obviously there are. But I do think that's a good basis to start off. I think that's a good basis to start with.
One thing I want to bring up as well is I want to bring up so the things men do wrong. I want to come back to this. So young men in today's society, a lot of them put up or ignore red flags and think that that's going to go away. Now this is for men and women. If you notice a red flag, and everyone's red flags are different, like nobody's red flags are the same. Obviously, like I don't even want to go into it, but red flags be red flags.
Yeah.
But so many people now are like, "Oh, that'll change."
Yeah.
Let me look at the camera when I tell you straight away now. Do not get into a relationship and say, "Oh, I'll be able to change that," or "I hope they change." Because if that's the question on your mind, trust me, that is not the way to go into a relationship, especially not within the first 6 months. If the question coming up to you in the first 6 months is, "Oh, I can change this," or "I hope this changes," you're in the wrong relationship. Trust me. And women, just look straight down the lens right here. Women, don't try and change your man. He is going to be who he is. He is never going to change. Never. He might change for a month. He might even change for a year. But the man that was there is going to be the man that always is going to be. Unless it's something like aggressiveness that they can work on, or it's going to be something like job, like these kind of things, and they want to work together as a team, back to team again. If you're going to do these things and work together, that's fine. But if he goes to the football and you don't like he goes to the football and he loves the football, you better find another man, or you better fucking wear a Man United top or something. Wear the team he loves. That's all I'm saying. I'm a Newcastle fan. He's a Man United fan, by the way. I just said that. But don't expect him to change. And this is something that I think both parties fall folly to, is that they think that they can change the person.
So I think in women, the sentiment that normally comes from them is like you said, I can change him, or this won't go on for long. And I think with men, ours is it's not a problem. We see it, but it doesn't matter. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really here for that. I don't really deal with this.
Do you know the biggest thing in blokes, and this is me just being 100, especially when I was younger. If a woman's fire, I would have put up with shit.
You got the blinkers on.
Literally, I'd be like, what? She's texting me 50 times. I don't know what she's throwing up. This and starts coming out in that lingerie. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
If she's doing them things, red flag. Wave your red flag with me, please, right now. Just wave that red flag. That's a red flag straight away. You need to identify these red flags.
No, it is important. It is important.
I've got down here as well, understanding to keep it simple, guys. If you have a good one, if you have a real one, a solid girl or guy, we're open on here. Keep it simple. Let her know you love her. Let her know you care for her. Bring her in flowers. Bring her in chocolates. Just do them little things, a little back massage if her love language is touch. If her love language is gift, bring her in a nice bunch of flowers every time you get paid. And I don't mean not Asda bunch of flowers. I want about go to the florist and spend like 30, 40 pounds on a big bouquet of flowers. Get them sent to her at home. Little tiny things like this, little gestures are going to show her how much you care. And trust me, if you don't show her how much you care, somebody else will. That is just a real one.
No, it's sad to say, but yeah, it's
she's only going to put up with so much. She's only going to put up with you ignoring the things that she's asking you to do for so long. She's only going to ignore the fact that you don't look like you care for so long. And I know in my relationship now, my relationships in the past, that I've felt folly again to kind of being like, oh, I'm doing enough because I'm working. I'm doing enough because I'm grinding, or I'm staying up, or I'm doing this, or
like
that
should be enough for you.
Oh, I'm doing the dishes, I'm doing the washing. Like that doesn't mean there's enough just because you should be doing it. Should not your parent. You should fucking be doing your own dishes and your own washing, unless as a team, once again, you've worked out that you're going to. That's agreed. But don't be like, I remember I seen a TikTok the other day, or a fucking reel or whatever it was, and the guy was like, the guy came in and like left a glass on the side, and she went to take a glass. The kid, she's like, "Oh no, leave it there. The cleaning fairy will come and take it away."
Oh, see now.
And then he was like, "Oh, don't pick your washing up off the floor.
Put it on this table.
Put it on this table. It just disappears by the morning." Like, guys, come on, fix up, look sharp. Like, if you've got a good one and you want to keep her, make sure that she knows she's a keeper. 100%. And I've got a long list here of what women do wrong. We've only got 5 minutes, so I'm going to reel through a couple of things. Women, please, or guys, with guys, don't do something at the start of the relationship you're going to fucking stop, please. God damn it. Jesus Christ.
What he's saying is, stop trapping us.
Yeah,
Stop trapping
Don't
us.
do things that, like we've seen in music videos the first couple of weeks, and then afterwards be shocked when we ask you to do it again.
And you're giving that crazy side eye, like, you really, for real,
no. like, oh, you're gonna wear that little pink number again when we go to bed tonight. Like, you'll be out, and she's like, what? That got put in the bin weeks ago.
No, but in general, like what we're saying is, don't try to be somebody else or try to be somebody that you're not to get what you want.
Yeah, 100%.
Eventually, it will fail. It's wasted time.
Yeah.
And for what?
100%. I've also got down here.
So
sorry. You will know when a man likes you. I hear so many females, and I've been in so many groups of females over the years where she's like, "Oh, I just don't know if he likes me." You know, if a guy likes you, come on. If a guy likes a woman, straight off the bat, you're gonna know about it. You're gonna get his attention. He's gonna say good morning. He's gonna say all these things. He's not gonna not speak to you for 3 or 4 days, and you're gonna see on his Instagram that he's out with the boys every night. That's not gonna happen. If he likes you, you're gonna know about it. Very, very simple. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, no. I was just sorry. One of mine is prioritize self-care. So. That's a lot of... So I see this in my partner. She tries to be everything for everybody. Yeah,
I see that in her as well.
Yeah, and I don't think it's not just her.
No.
I've seen this in your partners.
Yeah.
They a lot of women, you try to be there for everybody. And I see it through... It's a through line through women anyway.
Yeah, it is.
That you're trying to be there for
especially
everybody.
good women, real good women that are worth having in your life. Like, they will try and help everybody in your life.
Yeah, but you need to prioritize time for yourself in order to... This goes back into taking care of yourself, but this is something that you lot do wrong in relationships, where it adds stress to yourself then on top, because you can't give to the relationship, give to your partner. And I don't think it's something that a lot of women see as a problem, or they don't see it as the first thing.
Yeah.
They might be looking at the other person's problem and be like, oh, why doesn't he treat her good? Yeah. Instead of like, babes, you take a step back. That has nothing to do with you. So I know this is almost a weird one, but this is something that you lot do wrong in terms of putting extra pressure on the relationship. And I think it's something you should think that you can't be everything for everybody.
Yeah, 100%. We're literally nearly out of time. We've got a minute left. But what I'm going to say is, I've got 2 more things to say. B, get yours ready if you've got anything else to say. But give him a night. Give him a night to play his Xbox. Give him a night to watch the football. Give him a night and make it so nice that he's like, my girl's a real one. She like got me Doritos. She got me pizza. She's like, there's the Xbox. Everything's fully charged. Like, just give him one night of the month, the week, whatever you agree on as a team. This is my night. Because men are simple. They don't want to do too much unless you're going for fuckboys. But if you're going for real gentlemen, there's gentleman's way. If you're going for gentlemen, they want to spend the night playing their Xbox, watching the UFC, chilling with their boy, having a smoke, having a drink, whatever they want to do. Just allow them to have a night. And the last one before I wrap up, he's not your ex.
Ooh, I like that.
Ladies, listen.
I like that one.
Not all men are built equally.
Listen, that's all. That's all we have for you guys today. Listen, stay humble, and thank you for rocking with us.
Act like you know how this goes.